Hey everyone, welcome back to our series on longevity and biohacking. I am CJ, and today we're going to dive deep into another hallmark of aging. Today's topic is deregulated nutrient sensing. Now, if you are new to biohacking or you're looking to deepen your understanding on how to live a longer, a healthier life, you, my friends, are in the right place. So, let's get started for today. What is deregulated nutrient sensing? The words make sense, but it's still a little bit complex, so let me simplify it for you. Nutrient sensing refers to how our bodies can detect and respond to certain nutrients. And in our bodies, we need to have the right amount of energy, the right amount of building blocks, and the right amount of vitamins and minerals for being at our best. However, as we age, there are these nutrient sensing pathways that can become dysregulated or dysfunctional, or they just don't work well, and that can lead to so many health diseases that we are looking at today. So imagine your body's nutrient sensing pathways are like the fuel gauge in your car. If the gauge is broken or is giving incorrect readings, you won't know when to stop, when to refuel, and you're going to be late for going to your destination and potentially run into so many problems. Similarly, when our body's nutrient sensing pathways don't work, our cells don't understand how much energy is there and how it should allocate our resources. So this is primarily what deregulated nutrient sensing means. Now let's get into some of the science. I want to explore with you some of these pathways. One of the biggest pathway is the insulin and IGF-1 signaling pathway. Now insulin and insulin-like growth factor 1 or IGF-1 is one of the most crucial nutrients that our body is sensing. It is reading how much glucose and how much fat is in our metabolism. You see, as we age, our insulin and IGF become really less effective, and this can cause things like insulin resistance, which can cause diabetes. The second pathway I want to talk to you about is the mTOR pathway. mTOR is the mechanistic target of rapamycin, and it is basically a switch that controls cell growth and cell metabolism. In some instances, this switch is always on, or in the scientific world, we call it overactivation of mTOR. And this overactivation of mTOR can lead to aging faster. For example, there was a research in cell metabolism, and that showed us that inhibiting these mTOR pathways in human and animal models will improve health span and lifespan. The third important one here is AMPK, activated protein kinase. Now this is also an energy sensor or a switch, and this actually senses how much energy is there in our body. When it turns on, when energy levels are going low. And in the anti-aging world, if you increase AMPK, that means you can enhance your longevity. There was a study in the molecular cell biology, and that highlights how increasing of AMPK can increase your longevity as well. Now these pathways might seem a bit complex, but it gives us a basic understanding on what our bodies are doing and what happens when it doesn't sense the right fuel. In simple words, it's to make sure the fuel gauge in your car is working correctly, so you can maintain the engine well, you can service it well, and you have a good car all the time. What we see normally is that when these pathways get disturbed, then it turns on diseases like diabetes, obesity, and various cardiovascular diseases. These are some of the major killers in the world today. And when our cells cannot properly manage this energy flux and these nutrients, you will see a lot of people get into hormonal problems, metabolic problems, and so many other things. Now that you know the problem, let's get into some of the strategies that you can start using today to help with this nutrient sensing. The first thing is intermittent fasting. Now, fasting can promote the adequate, proper nutrient sensing by enhancing that compound I call AMPK and by reducing your mTOR pathways or the mTOR activity. It's really nice. Another thing that is similar is calorie restriction. Now, when you reduce your calories without getting malfunction and malnutrition, which a lot of people do, but let's keep that aside. You've got to reduce your calories. Just make sure you have enough. This will turn on the same nutrient sensing pathways and extend your lifespan. One of the other compounds I like is berberine. Now, berberine has shown to improve insulin sensitivity and it activates AMPK. In India, and especially in Ayurveda, there are two herbs. One is ashwagandha and one is Gymnema sylvestre. And these also help reduce your blood sugar and enhance those nutrient sensing pathways. You must have heard of ashwagandha for sure. It's very popular when it comes to reducing stress and increasing vitality and even testosterone in men. Then there's this whole concept of Agni, which is the digestive fire in Ayurveda specifically. And what this does is it increases our metabolism and increases nutrient absorption. To increase your Agni, you can consume Agni boosting foods, which are ginger, turmeric, cumin seeds. All of these promote metabolic health. Then let's look at something from the West, which is resveratrol. Now, resveratrol is found in red wine, and this is one of the reasons why people say if you want to live for longer, have more red wine. Resveratrol can activate that AMPK pathway and mimic calorie restrictions a little bit. Then is omega-3 fatty acids. Now, omega-3s are these essential fatty acids that have anti-inflammatory properties, and they also support our nutrient sensing pathways. Then I can think of something that I really like, which is NAD+. This is the darling of the anti-aging industry. If you haven't heard about this, it is a coenzyme which is crucial to activate the longevity proteins in our body, which are called sirtuins. Now, sirtuins, when activated, can control gene expressions, metabolic regulation, and nutrient sensing. Another one is EGCC, or epigallaglycan 3 gallate. This is one of the major compounds found in green tea. Now, when you consume green tea or you have supplements that have EGCC, they turn on nutrient sensing by mediating and modulating AMPK and the mTOR pathways. In fact, there was a research in Epigenetics, a journal, which shows that EGCC can improve metabolic health and promote longevity. We were speaking about the Ayurvedic compounds, and one of the ones is turmeric. And turmeric is very popular because of a compound that is found in turmeric, which is curcumin. That is the active compound. And curcumin, having curcumin supplements, that will increase your AMPK and turn down mTOR. These were some of the compounds that you can use every day. Now, there are other things as well. I mentioned about intermittent fasting. So another one that I can think of is continuous blood glucose monitor. Now, this falls under the biohacking side of things. You can use a CGM that can help you monitor your blood sugar levels in real time. It's a patch that you put on the back of your arm, and then every time you eat a food on the app, you can see how fast your blood sugar is going up or down. And this can help you maintain insulin sensitivity and avoid the risk of diabetes or other metabolic disorders. Then is my favorite biohack, which is infrared sauna. Now, regular use of sauna is really good for pain mitigation, but it's also really good for detoxification. It clears out all the junk in your body and it supports metabolic health. There was a famous study in the Journal of Human Hypertension, and they found that regular sauna use can enhance cellular function and support this nutrient sensing pathways. If you're looking for a good infrared sauna, head over to www.biohacking.com. They have the best saunas. Then is something controversial, metformin. Metformin is a pharmaceutical drug. It originally came into the world as a diabetes medication, but it influences, the way it works is that it influences AMPK and turns down mTOR, and this is now embraced a lot in the longevity field as well because it's shown to extend lifespan. Another pharmaceutical drug is Rapamycin. Now, Rapamycin is actually an immunosuppressant, which means it turns down your immune system, but it also reduces mTOR, which is really key in nutrient sensing. Of course, there's a certain protocol on how to do it, but please talk to your doctor. These things are not to be messed with. Then we speak about something really new, which are synoletics. Now, these compounds can eliminate these dead cells, zombie cells, or for the lack of a better word, senescent cells, which are just lying down in your body. They don't do their function well, and it's just heavyweight. So senolytic compounds, there are many out there, can take the garbage out. In fact, there was a study in the Nature of Medicine which shows that senolytic compounds can actually help increase the lifespan by modulating some of these pathways. Now, some of the senolytics is, for example, a compound called fisetin. Fisetin is a flavonoid and it's found in strawberries. This is a very strong senolytic compound. You can get it extracted and have it as a supplement. The other thing that comes naturally from food is sulforaphane. It's normally found in cruciferous vegetables. Sulforaphane modulates nutrient sensing pathways like AMPK. And this is where eating a lot of broccoli, eating a lot of cauliflower, all of those things come into use. Now, this reminds me of a quote from Lao Tzu. He said, who knows enough will always have enough. Most of the times when we're sitting at the dinner table, we think our plate is not full enough. We always are looking to eat more, do more, but the key to life is have enough with you, just like Lao Tzu said. Or we can bring in some help from Hippocrates, which said, let food be thy medicine. Let food be thy medicine. Not excessive food, not too less of food. So get the right food, get the right compounds. Don't overstuff yourself. Even if you're at a buffet, know that excessive energy is just going to mess these nutrient sensing pathways in your body. Nutrient sensing is really essential for longevity and overall well-being. And that's it for today's video. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, leave us your suggestions. I would love to hear from you and see you in the next one. Thank you so much for joining me today.